this should work. Is this gonna work, do you guys think? It's absolutely crammed in there, but I think it will work. Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Company in the campaign with me, Spacefish. Now, if you guys may remember, in the last episode we were finally let in on the secret of Barn 52 that we are now meant to uncover, for which we will need some camera drones, which we are meant to produce. So we have to sell now at least 5 camera drones per week with a sensor strength, I guess, with a sensor rating of at least 2.0. 5 a week, I would say, is really not that hard. That really means that we only need 1 assembly table again. I think we'll just use one of these new production areas, because we already have them anyways, right? We don't even need to pay any money to buy them, so I think that is pretty fine. We can just get going over here. But for a start, we will need a fresh blueprint for this stuff. So let's make a camera drone. Let's go for the wooden bot chassis again, I think, because that already worked out pretty nicely for us. And just as a little reminder, it does give us 28 slots, so that is well, better than all the other 2 basic slots. And well, these 2 here, the lightweight and the hardened one, do take more complicated production steps, so I think they should probably, hopefully, be a good choice. Now, we need sensors. 2.4 is the maximum. We did need at least 2.0 for our own challenge right here. Now, apparently we can do a brightness sensor and that... Okay. I mean, that doesn't really... Okay. Well, we can do a brightness sensor and that gives us 2.4 instantly, so I mean, that's very, very good. Does need a bit of stuff. Coated glass integrated circuits, multi-layer PCBs. That sounds like a pretty complicated production right there. So we'll definitely have to see about that, but let's take care of the other things now. So we've got a mobility design of 4.0, which is actually a lot. Mobility is stepper motors, so we could have one of these mediums. Could have 2 smalls as well. I don't know, it wouldn't really make that big a difference, would it? Let's do a medium, I think, for a start. Let's see how that works for us. Then we've got data transmission, processing, and battery life. And as you can see right here, we're at minus 0.9. Wait, why? We don't have any... Okay. I guess it just doesn't work that way just yet, because like our drawbacks are definitely not high enough for a negative market rating in theory, but maybe it's just that we are, well, not even well enough fulfilling all the stuff that we really need. Yeah, okay, so I don't really understand why it's negative right now, but let's keep going. Let's get some data transmission going. We've got a desired data transmission of 2.4, which we can easily do with 1 simple AM radio link. So let's do just that and plunk it in up there. Then we will need processing power and a lot of battery life. Wow, that's a lot. Battery life probably is the reason, isn't it? Huh, maybe not as much. Maybe it's really just the sum of everything, which is interesting, but okay. So, we could do quadruple battery stack, and I think we should, because we do... Oh, wait. That's actually crazy. That's not even close to enough. Wow. Okay. I mean, the issue also being, right, that we are very ineffectively using our space here, but maybe we can do quadruple battery stack right here, and then at least a single battery stack right there. Oh my god, that's actually crazy. It only gets us to... Okay, but I think that's what we'll have to work with now. Let's just hope that we can somewhere still cram something for processing in. We cannot. Okay. Let's then remove that battery stack, I suppose. We could do a microcontroller, which gives us 2.7, or a simple circuit, which gives us 0.9. Okay, I mean, that's a big difference. I guess we would probably want to go with a microcontroller and... Which is actually kind of nice. I mean, that doesn't really... That's not really too complicated for production processes. I would love to go with this, but we obviously don't have any space left for that. We could cram this microcontroller in and go to 2.7. Now, what I'm wondering about is if this is enough to sell 5 a week. But I guess we can always finish the design and then check it out in the market overview. And if that's not the case, we can just duplicate it and work off that. So I guess that's cool. Let's just, you know, be very creative about the naming. I mean, better than I usually do in campaign mode, I'll have to say that. Let's finish it. I didn't actually check the flipping design on this thing. That looks so funky with the pink color in the wood. Well, anyways, I guess that's just gonna have to be the way that works. In case... Okay, I mean, we could do this, right? Should we maybe just discount it a bit? I mean, we would have to have potential sales of like 7, so we would have to discount it a lot. At least I think, right? We had a production frequency of 1 a day. So I think sales of 7 would be optimal. But yeah, so, I mean, we can maybe just start at like, where we just barely get to 6, and then we'll see how our whole storage develops. But okay, so that is going to be the plan then, and we'll need a lot of stuff for this actually. I'm kind of concerned that we'll not make it within the space that we have in one of these buildings, but let's give it a try. I am going to place the quarter pallets right here in the very corner so that we can potentially use this further desk space. Then I will need, I'll definitely always work with the advanced benches here. I will need everything. Wait, let me actually check the recipes before I miss out on something. Let's start with a case again. Wooden bot chassis. We'll need refined wood, metal sundries, and wood. So I will need... Can I make refined wood here? I can. Yeah, okay. So I will need a few basic workbenches for that then. This is actually suboptimal for space allocation, isn't it? I mean, we could have 2 right here, and then 1 right there. That's actually kind of good, honestly. So we can just have like a small shelving rack in between these like that, and then have 1 right there. I think that's pretty alright for space usage. Okay, so we will have the wooden bot chassis right here. Oh, no, I don't want to go back. Please, no. Let's just uncouple that from my character for a second with tab. We will... Oh, no, wait. Issue. Ah... God. Okay. Let us make this metal sundries then. Let's make this one here refined wood. Let's make that one here rods, because I obviously need rods for metal sundries. And then I will actually need an on-top table, which I'll place right here. That also gets its own small shelving rack. That will then finally make the wooden bot chassis. Okay. Also, let's start hiring people for this whole stuff. So I'm gonna definitely get... I think I'm going to get 3 logistics employees because there is a lot of products to transport right there, most definitely. I am going to get a bunch of people for all these desks, and that's the chassis done, which is really only one small component of this whole thing. So I am kind of looking to see how we will do on the rest of the things. Now, what I think I want to also put in here will be the gear and mechanical component manufacturing, if I can somehow cram both of them in. That would be pretty nice, because... space. Oh, space. Oh, space. What do I do? Can't do that. Can't do that for obvious reasons. How do we do this, guys? I could place 1 right here and 1 up there. Can't I... Well, in that case, the shelf would be in the way, though, wouldn't it? Actually, no, I think this should work. Let's try that. Does this work? See, if I now place the shelves, right, and I place 1 small shelving rack right here and 1 right here, that works, doesn't it? Okay, cool. Hire somebody for this, then. Mechanical parts here. Gears here, hire somebody for that. Okay, so that way we've got all the input materials for all the motor stuff as well. So, medium DC motors then. We'll need, no, not DC motors actually, stepper motors, right? So we'll need medium stepper motors. Uh-oh, did I actually make the right stuff for that? Let's check that out. Medium stepper motor. We need mechanical parts, we need small stepper motors and metal. For small stepper motors, okay, we have all the stuff that we need. So, I do only need 2 tables for that, don't I? I need 1 day, yeah, so for the frequency that should be fine. So we can just have 2 tables for that. Have 1 do the small DC motor. No. Stepper motors. I always mess that up right now, apparently. Actually hire some people for that kind of stuff too. And then I am going to go and get a small shelving rack for these guys. And then we've got that part of the equation taken care of as well. Now, what else do we need? We'll need the simple AM radio link, I think it was called. We'll need batteries. Oh god, I mean that's a whole lot of stuff we'll need right here. Selling is auto-configured right here apparently, which is good, but I'll have to fix that later on. I mean, all the outputs and everything will fix themselves hopefully, but for the time being, let's go back to the info browser, let's go to modules, and let's see what other stuff we need. I think we needed microcontrollers, right? Let me actually check on the blueprint at first. That was the wrong button right there. Modules. Okay, so we've got these. Not really made that much progress yet, have we? Well, we need the brightness sensors as well, which is obviously absolutely great. So simple AM radio link, quadruple battery stack, microcontroller, brightness sensor. Let's see what we need for all this. Microcontroller, multi-layer PCBs, integrated circuits. Then we've got the simple AM radio link, which needs multi-layer PCBs as well, so we could have those somewhere close together. Quadruple battery stacks, I'm pretty sure will kind of be their own thing. Then we've got the brightness sensor, which actually, okay, so I will basically want to make it the way that the batteries are somewhat separate, and then everything else, like brightness sensor and simple AM radio link and the microcontroller will all be somewhat in the same spot, because they all kind of feed off of these parts, which I'll actually have to check that I can make enough of those with one table. I really hope that will be the case. But for the time being, I'm going to need some chemistry tables, and I'm going to need to place them somewhat separate from everything else. So maybe let's do the chemistry stuff over here, shall we? I think that may be a good start. So, we will need battery stacks. And we will need 2 battery stacks for quadruple battery stacks, which doesn't make much sense at all, does it? Given... What? No, that doesn't make much sense at all, but okay. Fine for me. So we will need 2 tables that make single standard battery stacks, and then we will need 1 on top table that will be making... Does that work? That works, doesn't it? I think this may be a good idea to do it that way. You know, we could just have like a small rack right there, and they can just... Okay, I think that's a good idea. That's very effective at minimizing the ways that they have to walk, and then we'll have a quadruple battery stack right there, and we're going to be done. Okay, now, what else could we do in this corner right here? I would really, really, really love to actually place a assembly table somewhat close to one of these pallets, but maybe that's something that we can determine in the very end. It does not seem we're actually allowed to place an assembly table in the delivery zone, which is very interesting, I have to say. So that's a constraint that I didn't know about yet, but okay. So what we will now need, we will need multi-layer PCBs, coated glass, and we will need probably here integrated circuits. Yeah. So let's do all that somewhat up here in this corner, I think. I am going to place these 2 chemistry tables over here, and then I'll just put an electronics workbench right there. Then we can... No, we cannot have a corner shelf. That's not enough space. So we can maybe have a small shelving rack right here. I would love to have one here, but that doesn't work, does it? Does this actually have enough space for all 3 of them, even if that means that he has got to walk a bit longer than the rest of them? Let's think about it. Let's see. So we've got multi-layer PCBs, which need... Uh-oh. Okay. That doesn't actually work the way that I thought it would. So, let's move this one a bit further out then. Then we will put another chemistry table down. Just right here. And we will need multi-layer PCBs right here, and we will need coated glass somewhere, and then let's check out what components we need. So we need glass. Oh my god, we need chemical compound. That's even more stuff than I thought we would need. Okay, this is becoming... Oh god, this is going to be so close to space, guys. I'm really worrying that... not worrying, but worried rather, that we will not be able to fit everything in, to be honest. So let's see about that. But for the time being, chemical compound right there. We can maybe move this one over. Yes, we can. Then that means that I can have another small shelving rack right here. Just like that. And we'll need to actually see how the auto connections work, but I would hope that these two are then connected to that and these two are connected to that. That would be great. Let's hire people for all this stuff. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and let's actually check out what we need for these. Okay, so these, no, we actually need plastic parts for those. Where do I even put that? Can we maybe put a basic workbench right here? Or even right here. Then move this thing over a bit, like that. Which, you know, does use some space that we could otherwise put something in. I acknowledge that, but maybe we can at least still make it work that way. Because, like, this would mean very short ways and nothing would be blocked. I would like that if that would work. God, that's a lot of... Oh, wow, we've actually hired everybody now, though, which is crazy. Didn't think I was going to make that in this campaign, but apparently it is very much still possible, which does make sense, I guess. You know, you can't have endless employees in the employee market, so we'll have to wait for a few employees right there. Now let's check out the connections here for a second. We can actually keep this in auto, by the way, and still change things about it, which I think is pretty nice. It does look like both of these actually feed off that shelving rack, which is great, and both of these feed off that shelving rack, which is also great. Okay, so that is all the input stuff that I need. It's just the inputs, guys. I don't know. This is I'm kind of somewhat confident by now that we will not be able to cram this in one space, but let's see. Let's see. We can keep trying for the time being. So, what I would want. I need somewhere... No, wait, I am actually... Am I making coated glass over here already? I am, yeah. Okay, so... I will need microcontrollers, simple AM radio links, and brightness sensors? Was that all it? I think so. So this one doesn't work. This one would work. This one would work as well, but I need some space to actually put... This is not fun. This is definitely not fun at all. We could put one there. Could move this one over. We could have our final assembly, which remember needs to be outside the zone over here. And I need one more electronics workbench to make it work, don't I? I could cram that. No, I cannot cram that right in there. Oh no! Guys. It's so close. It is so close, isn't it? Let's give this a hard thought. I'm sure we can Tetris this somehow to make it work somehow. I don't know. Let's get brightness sensors going over here. Let's get simple AM radio links going. Oh no, guys! I need plastic sun rays. It's all over. It is all over. I was so hopeful I was going to be able to cram one more in here, but two more? I'm not too confident that's ever going to happen. I mean, let's try. You know, we can always keep trying, but I'm pretty sure that that's not going to work. So, assembly table is going to get a small shelving rack. Then, I mean, the thing is, we cannot actually not even place a table in front of these pallets because it would just be blocking more stuff off, and like people who wouldn't be able to access the pallets, right? So that's not an option. What do we need? We need one more electronics workbench that I cannot cram in here. That I cannot cram in there. That I could cram in there with... Actually, I'm not blocking everything off, am I? People can move along this. I'm pretty sure. If I can leave an opening right there. Wait, so if I do this, right? And I would say I would move this back, would just, you know, except that things would have to get moved there. That wouldn't work. Okay, that's an issue. If I keep... No. If I keep that there... Move that one over. Give him that thing, but put it there. Then I'm just gonna have him use this small shelving rack, I guess. Which should still have enough space. Or I could put another one for him over there. That would allow me to put that electronics workbench right there with everything still being accessible. Now I still need another one. Let's see, what do we need for this? Do we need a tinker table, or can we do like a basic workbench or something? Where is this at? I think we can only, yeah. Plastic sunrays are only being made at this. It doesn't look like it's being made at anything else. We could actually also do this all with an advanced electronics workbench, but I don't even have the input frequency anyway, so I don't think it actually makes too much sense. So we would need a tinker table, right? Where can we still place a tinker table without blocking off every last bit of access? Do you guys see any spot? I'm kind of struggling to, not gonna lie. This. It actually works. Holy moly, what a crammed factory. It actually works though. That does actually work, doesn't it? Do we have everything we need now? Please tell me you've got everything we need. If I'm now going to see I missed some component, I'm going to be super mad. This thing having a small shelving rack, I'm honestly kind of worried about. Not going to lie. It's very little space, isn't it? I mean, it does... No, there's definitely not everything flowing in right there. Where's the rest of the stuff that should be flowing in for you? Oh, it's all coming from there? That's not an option. That's definitely not an option. Okay, so we need to do something about that small shelving rack. And I think that may be what is finally going to be the issue for us, isn't it? Let me have a thought about this. If we move this to the other side, does that change anything? It may actually change something for us. Say I move this over here. No, that blocks that off. That's not an option. Guys, the space is just a little bit too small right now. Okay, can I maybe cram this in somewhere else? This would block that off. So that's not an option. Can't put it somewhere over here. We can we? Can we put this in here? No, we cannot move that over. We cannot move that over. I cannot be moving anything over here. This is the only spot remaining for us, isn't it? Could we put it over here, maybe? Why can I not put it here? Oh, yeah, right, no. The electronics workbench is right there. That doesn't work either. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. It's so close. We're so close, but yet so far, it's actually super annoying. I mean, this way I would close the entire factory access off, so that's not really an option either. We could only have one courier pallet. Yeah, that will work. Let's get rid of one courier pallet. Let's move the other one over, and that will give us the space that we need, finally. Okay, so this stuff is going to happen over here then. And, seriously now? Okay, let's undo that. Let's move this thing. It doesn't fit over there either. Wait, so if I was going to do this... something like that. Yeah, and then maybe like... now I can't place it over there because it's at the same spot. It's actually so annoying. This is in the way. Guys, the Tetris puzzle. I'm literally playing Tetris with you guys at this point, am I not? It's literally what it is. I'm just trying to cram it in somehow, but it's just not enough space in here. Like, it's just barely, but there's just barely not enough space for me. What if I keep this pallet in the other space, maybe? Can I do anything else with it then? That doesn't work. I can still keep it right here, but that would not solve my shelving rack issue. Or would it? No, it would not. But if I keep it here instead, I could have... Yeah, I think this works, actually. See, if I'm gonna sell this, I could put a, say a big shelving rack. No, actually not. Oh, wait, no, that actually doesn't work either. Because I'm now... Oh, no, wait. People can actually move across this, right? So I'm not actually going to block my electronics workbench off. I'm going to need a... This should work. Is this going to work? Do you guys think? It's absolutely crammed in there, but I think it will work. Let's check the ins and outs and everything. It looks like we're using this space nicely. We would want to probably up the bandwidth in that. Oh, I called it bandwidth again, guys. It feels so good to finally be calling things the proper names. And, you know, up the bandwidth in that a bit, maybe. Or actually, you know, not too much. What would we want to boost hard? I'm not even sure. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's get this one further down and boost electronic parts too. I think that's, like, the main things where we would want to have more of. Does that work now? I'm kind of confident it works, and it does seem that we've got all the input materials. This thing is... Holy moly, guys. This took me an entire episode just making all this stuff, but look at it. It's absolutely crammed. And we're literally using every last inch of space, maybe except this little bit of space right here, which I'm actually going to use right now. So we're literally using every last bit of space here. But I think I made it work. Which is crazy. I mean, I don't know. Really interested. Let's find out in the next episode, though, guys. It's already been 27 minutes, so I'll unfortunately have to end it here. But holy moly, I'm really interested if this is gonna to see if this is gonna work. So stay with me. Check it out in the next episode, guys. If you like this episode, make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new around here and want to check out what's gonna happen with this in the next episode, and want to stay around for more content as well, definitely also make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it, to get all the updates on future content on this channel. And with that said, guys, as always, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope I'll see you in the next one to see what happens with all this. Ciao.